Hello and happy American Thanksgiving. Uh, it's not my favorite holiday ever, but I usually spend it with friends, have a Friendsgiving, or I was lucky in my last relationship. Their family owned a ranch out in the woods, and we would go out there and hike and make a feast and have a good time. And I think this is probably the first Thanksgiving I've spent entirely alone. So currently I am marathoning QI, which is great. Thanks YouTube for sliding some episodes I haven't seen under the radar, / having some of my favorites to rewatch. And trying to get the energy to make this meal. Some highlights, excessively large Texas-sized dinner rolls that are still rising. I got them frozen, but they're some of the like rise and bake type. And for contrast, the tiniest chicken and tiniest potatoes ever, which is fine. I'm not a huge meat eater, and I'm trying to decrease my meat consumption anyway, so it's more for fun. And the fact that I bought a pie, even though I have been a professional baker in my life and I make a really good pie, I'm just lazy. Also a can of cranberries, which I wrote cheap cranberries, like Zombie on karaoke night, because Zombie was one of my signature songs. People always liked when I sung it, but you know, I'm a knockoff, basically. So, oh, and I'm about to run out of wine, which is not the end of the world, but I was looking around for one of my favorite bottles, didn't find it. Now I'm just kind of like, oh, where's my 7 moons? Meh. So yeah, updates if it turns out, or I guess if it doesn't turn out, maybe I'll have some hilarious fail updates. Just a quick interlude, because I don't think I've ever shown this before. This is my salt pig for pinching salt out of that I drew on. It's not technically a salt pig, but you know, container that I do pinches of salt out of. And this is just a really tiny cleaver that's cute. Alright, while I'm waiting for stuff to defrost and come to temperature and such, I figured I might as well give a partial update on how I've reorganized things a little bit more since summer. Probably leave the kitchen out of it because it's a mess, but I have made some improvements in there. But as you can see, I have some nice rugs now. Unfortunately, Missy has a cardboard scratch pad that she's absolutely destroyed, so there's always little bits of cardboard all over the rugs. Not too much has changed in the bedroom. Honestly, it's fairly messy for me, but little Missy cameo, and I got a velvet bottom sheet, which is wonderful for winter. But so here I have a plant stand that I ended up with post Olympia, as well as that's where I'm keeping my feather collection currently. Not too much else out here has changed, except I put the screen door up, and I've mostly been keeping it shut because a lot of my projects aren't Missy proof. I don't know if I showed this, but I got this small bookshelf. This is actually supposed to go in the bedroom, but it doesn't like to sit on carpet super well, or at least the kind of carpet I have in there. Plus my floors are all uneven because this house is sinking. But that's useful. It has my DVDs and some of my paperbacks and CDs and stuff on it. And, you know, fun stuff. Oh, also, it's kind of sad right now, but I started growing cat grass for Missy. That sigil is basically stop eating all the other plants. Jeez. Because that's been a thing. But the big areas of improvement is the bathroom, which has its own bisexual lighting. If you're not familiar, that's a bread tube joke. But so I've got a little gallery going. I know that I've shown my masterpiece before, but these are 2 pieces by my favorite mangaka, Junko Mizuno. Stella happened to like the work as well. So, and they were also in their bathroom. So I was like, ah, cool, bathroom tribute. Also, I got this, it's not really a coat rack, but it's, I used to hang keys and stuff on it. But I started using that for my robe collection. There's a fleece robe that usually goes on here, but I'm wearing it currently because it is cold. Yeah, it's not perfectly clean in here. It's pretty okay. But I now have a little cabinet to keep stuff in, instead of just a crate, which has allowed me to organize my shelves a lot better. I have all of my fancy makeups labeled, and then some of my regular use stuff and glitter and palettes and stuff stacked up. Down here, it's pretty good. And then the asparagus fern with little kodama. But hey, check it out. I brought it back to life. So the door in here mostly remains shut now, which is good because Missy also likes to pee on the bath mat. So anyway, that's, oh, and also, I have a little charging station for my toothbrush, and to plug the light in, and to plug in this little space heater that I got. So that's all pretty nice now. Yeah, I'll probably do the living room separately, like in a separate video, because there's a couple things I'm still working on. And also it's a lot more, and I don't want to make like a super long video. But yeah, so that's some of the improvements I've made since my last update. Forgot to mention this bunny for money that I have on my plant stand. I've had it forever, but I think it's a crack up because what do bunnies do? They multiply. So seems like a good place to be saving my spare change. You know, every little bit helps, I guess. Also, just a shot of some calligraphy I put on the fridge, and my cache of recipes to try. They're kind of hard to see, but I have magnets for them. Yeah, got a lot of stuff I need to try out. Alright, so I'm about to start making my main dish of roasted veggies and whoop, Cornish game hen! Yay! As I said, I don't eat a lot of meat these days, but it's the size of my hand. Like, it was too cute to have a tiny roast bird for my solo Thanksgiving, so I figured I'd give it a try. I don't have a lot of experience with roasting birds, so we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck, I guess. Alright, here is our cute little hen, ready to go into the oven. I'm dumb and I didn't have kitchen twine, so I tore up one of my cheesecloths to tie the legs together, and also didn't have half a lemon, so I just defrosted some of my fresh squeezed lemon juice and anointed the herbs and the onion that I stuffed it with lemon juice, and then I attempted the, rub butter under the skin around the outside. On the packaging it was like based with butter, but I don't know, basting is sketchy. Like, you're dropping the temperature every time you open it up. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. If it sucks, it sucks. But I tried something new. Woo, go me. Always be learning stuff. Alright. So, in between steps, I did these tiebacks today for my curtains. Because the ones I had previously kept coming undone, which is annoying when you're stepping through a screen door all the time. But currently I'm trying to set the table with a little fancy. Don't really have real tablecloth, don't really have real placemats, but I do have a lot of cute mismatched dishware. And put my menu there, put some candles out that are thematic, including below the navel, which activates organ of taste. So I am back on my meds, so it's a bit harder to eat. So I'm hoping I'll be hungry for this fancy meal I made myself. And this is my big wine mistake. That's all I have left, so saving it to go with dinner. But yeah, that's one of my favorite plates. I never use it for anything because I don't want to break it, because I tend to break things. And we'll see how this goes. Well, according to my thermometer, I might have overcooked this little guy just slightly. I overshot 165 and 180 and ended up somewhere in the range of 190, even though I was checking on it. So hopefully it's not dried out or gross. But chicken, poultry, it's, I guess, good to err on the side of caution. As you can see, my veggies are definitely overdone, but that's probably partially because I didn't have like a casserole dish small enough. So everything got kind of spread out. No pan juices, so no gravy, but I actually have some gravy left over from a dish I made a little while back, so I might heat that up and see. But since I'm not mashing the potatoes, it doesn't matter too much to me. But yeah, we'll see how it tastes. Also, lighting makes all the difference, but I might have done a little flub. I had a compound butter that I rubbed the outside of the chicken with that was heating up, melting over the stove, and I didn't use all of it for basting, so I'm like, oh, I'll just pour it out on the veg. etc., etc. And then I just realized that there might have been some cross-contamination with my gloves and the chicken, so I'm probably gonna have to scrape that off / throw some of the veg away, which is fine because this is more than I can eat. All is not lost, but mishaps of cooking with ADHD, doing 10 million things at once. So, waiting on rolls to be done, and then I gotta serve everything up. So, since I have craft paper as my placemat, I'm doing the cheesy Thanksgiving-y thing and writing affirmatory statements, things I'm thankful for, etc. Also, I did dress up even though I'm alone, and I wanted to show off my strawberry thief tights, which are extra cool because, hey, actually, let me see if I can pull that out. I'm gonna set this down for a second, very carefully. Yeah, so this is a William Morris book. The connection is like the craftsman art style. Morris designed a lot of textiles and stuff and was a big leader in that art movement. But one of the cool things about this book is it's a little bit illuminated and it's printed in like a black letter style, calligraphy style. So that's a cool thing. Yeah, I love this pattern. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know. I might actually show my face, show my outfit. Woo, celebrating. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to get super fancy, just to eat dinner by yourself. Oh well. Got a cool little leaf necklace. Kind of Edwardian influence style, which maybe that's gonna be a big thing because of 1899, who knows. Also, I got these huge wood spirals that I love recently from my favorite consignment shop, Feronia. Check them out if you're in Moscow. I sell a lot of stuff there. If you like my style. I'm also wearing a skirt that's made out of old sweaters. Huh. So yeah, got the fit, and that's the timer for the bread. So dinner's served soon. All right, so got everything all made up. Gravy, sauce, veg, tiny chicken, stuffing, and I think all this needs, aside from wishing I had more wine, is lighting my candles with my tiny blowtorch, which I'm not gonna hold my phone and do that at the same time, so back in a moment. All right, that's all looking pretty good. I feel fancy, so I think it's about time to try and eat, which is going to be hilarious because not only is it hard to eat on my medication, but also when I cook a lot, if I don't have anyone to share it with, it's often hard for me to want to eat what I've made. But it all looks and smells delicious. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not gonna show myself trying to carve this tiny thing up. If I had better kitchen scissors, I would chop it in half because that's the recommended serving method. But yeah, probably just gonna sit here, enjoy my food, listen to some more QI, and then make dessert, which I might have better luck eating, but we'll let you know how it goes. Oh yeah, so here we are all plated up. Tiniest drumstick ever. Also, get a load of these potatoes. They're so small. I love it. The babiest of baby potatoes. Anyway, cheers. Happy Thanksgiving. Despite the crappy history of Thanksgiving, it's nice to have a holiday. Skull. Dinner was somewhat of a success. As predicted, I kind of had a hard time eating it, and the little Cornish game hen did come out a little bit overdone, although it was pretty tasty. I only had a tiny bit. I might try to make it into a broth or something, because I don't know. But I know for the future, like, smaller pan, lower heat, pay more attention to it. And I mean, it did, like, it came out pretty beautiful. It was flavored well. It just needed a little bit lower temperature, I think, even though I went with a lower than recommended temperature, but I know my oven runs hot, so I should have predicted that. Anyway, I am gonna betray my bakery self and reheat a pie that I bought and have that with some ice cream for dessert. But I'm just letting things settle a little bit, so. Now Missy's also getting to enjoy her Thanksgiving dinner treat, which is duck wet food mixed with water, so she drinks more water because I want her little kidneys to do well. Bethany taught me that trick, so that's cool. Yay! Alright, so the dishes are done and the trash is taken out, the cat's fed, and my pie is warmed up. I'm just letting it cool for a minute. And yeah, it's been a pretty festive day, I guess, overall. Talked to family a little bit, talked to friends a little bit, and now I'm considering if I want to do some projects tonight or work on taxes, because I have my first tax for this season's tax preparation. Yay! In terms of projects, there's of course working on the Gertie. There's working on my recipe zine, although I'm not impressed with the food I made tonight, so I'm not like super super encouraged. I know I'm a good cook, but I don't know. I guess poultry isn't really my thing. Or like tattooing myself, which I haven't done in a minute because I hate it. Most of my tattoos I've done myself as an apprentice, and I used to really enjoy it. Now I kind of hate it. And I think part of that is your pain tolerance goes down a little bit more as you get older, but part of it's just like, I love all of them, but now I want some like quality work by other people, and it's never going to be as good on myself as it's going to be when I'm working on someone else. which, I don't know, maybe at some point I'll do a video, the tour of the tattoos I've given myself, because they're cool. They're kind of funny. They have a lot of meaning. They just, apprentice level work. Another option would be tattooing Yorick, my pound of flesh skull. I still haven't quite figured out how I want to do him, but or working on a flash sheet, or there's a million different things to do, but I'm low energy, so I'm kind of stuck on what would I do next. If I still had a tree, I probably would just put it up tonight, because honestly, like, I'm ready for winter festivities. Yes, I'm a witch. Yes, I celebrate Christmas. I've never been Christian. It's a secular holiday to me, but I enjoy it. I feel like winter needs its own festival of coziness and light and warmth, because winter is beautiful, but it's dark and it's long and it's cold, especially here, which I haven't gotten used to. The first snow is right at the end of October, and the last one is halfway through April, which it hasn't been snowing much, but it's been very cold and very dark. Anyway, I had an awesome fake Christmas tree that was black. I don't know, chime in the comments if you think I should get another one. It's an expense I don't really need to take on, but it's usually not too much. It would last me a few years and it would be fun. I would do a live tree, but like, I don't know, who knows what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm ready for more of a celebration than this was. Yesterday I was like, I have to do something, or I'm gonna feel very separate from all the people I love, even here in town. I have close friends, but I don't have like friendsgiving friends, so to speak. So, anyway, that's it. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday. Bye.